The question is the report of the Commerce Committee on the 2008-9 financial review of the Meridian Energy be noted. Those who are of that opinion will say aye. The contrary opinion, no. The ayes have it. The next entity I understand members wish to debate is Mighty River Power Limited. The question is that the report of the Commerce Committee on the 2008-9 financial review of Mighty River Power be noted.
Mr Chair.
I call Louise Upston.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I'm thrilled to be able to stand and speak in this debate on state-owned enterprises on Mighty River Power. Mighty River Power is a significant organisation in the Taupo electorate, obviously an integrated energy generation, trading, retailing and metering business, and a successful one at that. But, Mr Chair, I just do want to start with coming back to a point that the Honourable Trevor Mallard made in his address on Meridian, talking about the fact that this is a particularly complex issue, and the fact that he conceded that 9 years of a Labor government, they didn't get it right. It actually explains a lot. It explains the 70% increase in power prices and the 4 times that increase in price, the 4 times the rate of inflation. So looking at Mighty River Power, Mr Chair, that's what we're speaking about now. Obviously, in terms of their generation capacity, it's as significant as the hydroelectricity on the Waikato River, 9 power stations located along the river, as well as geothermal plants, one of which that I want to speak about in a bit more detail, Mr Chair, that are in the Taupo and Bay of Plenty regions, the Southdown cogeneration station and also bioenergy production. So they're also looking at a wind development program. But I just do want to say, Mr Chair, that New Zealanders want their state-owned enterprises to do well. And so we're fortunate to have a minister in Simon Power who's demanding that they do better than they have done. Yeah. So they're doing well. They're providing dividends to the Crown, and the minister the example of what Mighty River Power has delivered to the Crown in terms of a dividend. But there's the opportunity to do better, and that's where we do believe as a government we're an aspirational government. We're aspirational for our state-owned enterprises. We're aspirational for all New Zealanders. And that's why the opportunity, Mr Chair, is always to do better. So let's have a look at Mighty River Power. More than 90% of their generation now is renewable, 90%. Which is very much in line with where we're heading as a country along the background of issues around climate change. Mercury Energy, if you look at its performance against its competitors, has been making gains in their market share, which is fantastic news. It's great for the organisation, great for New Zealanders and the Crown. But what I do want to do is just have a look at the exciting year that Mighty River Power has had. And I want to specifically talk about the Ngāawa-Purua geothermal power station, which I was very fortunate enough to be able to be at the opening with the Prime Minister just recently.
Who approved it?
So the Ngāawa-Purua power station is actually a joint venture with the Tauhara North No. 2 Trust. So it's a great example of a partnership with the local iwi. It was launched only a matter of weeks ago.
I accept your thanks.
And it's 140 megawatts. Powers 140,000 homes, Mr Chair, in Taupo, Rotorua, Hamilton and Tauranga. So that's 140,000 homes, which is pretty impressive for a renewable power station.
Very good. Under national.
Total budget was $430 million, of course opened under this government, which is, we're proud of the achievements of this national-led government, Mr Chair. One of the highlights of this particular power station is that it's the largest single-shaft geothermal turbine in the world, with a total of 9 kilometres of pipeline. New Zealand is leading the world in terms of geothermal electricity generation, and I'm proud of that. And the other thing that's important to note in terms of Mighty River Power, the construction during this period has been an important part of buffering the Taupo community through the recession because of the number of employers that they have managed to keep throughout this time. And also, that doesn't end there. In terms of geothermal development, the next one off the blocks is Ngā Tamariki. So the resource consents are underway for that, and we're looking forward to yet another opening in the Taupo electorate with Ngā Tamariki.
Wonderful.
I do want to talk, though, Mr Chair, about some of the challenges that Mighty River Power faces. And one of them, of course, is the fact that because there are 9 hydroelectricity power stations, the dams along the Waikato River, the recent drought has had a significant impact on their ability to generate electricity. And, they've done a lot in terms of giving information to the public about the lake levels, the impact that it has on them. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Todd McLeod.
Speaker, thank you. It gives me